All you people connected and accessing data conceived and implemented by science. Why do you allow science only when it suits you? Why do people allow their brains to filter reality based on very old, vague books or personal emotions? I only allow in science once it has proven itself. One newspaper article about some scientist having found a way to lose weight in your sleep somehow does not excite me. But the photo of an atom with all the accompanying data does. So science with multiple attestations, reproducible data and rational evidence will persuade me to change my opinion of something. When I was younger, I could not imagine the moon having an effect on my planet. Well, over time, I was convinced by science that I was wrong. So yes, I do have a protective shield to guard me against stupidity and jargon. It is called rational thinking and skepticism. It also kicks in when confronted with marketing. I am allergic to advertising. I admit to that. I immediately change channels or mute the sound. I cannot stand the sickly sweet voices telling me what I should do to transfer my money to someone else. Every time I see these big round eyes of a theist when he unbelievingly shakes his head is what I say, and how he exclaims, "But there is science in my religious book." Every time I wonder, don't they know about marketing? If I have two very similar things like washing powder, I can take either and it will clean my clothes in connection with the washing machine. If asked why I buy brand X, I can explain that it uses 10 sides to clean and it also freshens and softens using whatever. It is also biodegradable. It contains some enzymes and perfumes. And this exhausts my knowledge of washing powder or powdered laundry detergent. So why is it that it comes as no surprise realizing that I don't care for any brand, but my wife buys the same brand her mother uses? When comparing washing powders, we find that they are indeed very similar chemically. The fact that one person will swear by a particular brand is mainly due to marketing. The chemical ingredients don't actually play a role here, nor would a side-by-side comparison. It's the emotional side being massaged by nice words and comforting sound bites. I seem to have a different view of marketing and advertising. My adversity to religious books and their gods thus does not stem from scientific facts, but because I get the feeling I'm being scammed. And then, when I do check the facts to form an informed opinion, all I find are just marketing tricks and soul massages I know so well. This is why I make these videos, to show others how they are being scammed. For money. The more people are in a club, the more you can receive from the members in the form of fees and or donations. You already have a base you know they like, so you just need to intensify the marketing pressure and squeeze out some more. This is why I make these videos, to transfer my knowledge to others so that they can spot the scam. The same way as my wife is being kept happy and comfortable with the washing powder by them adding more technical details and comforting messages of trust and connectivity every few months, religions keep on pumping out messages of compliance and ego boosts. Muslims were members of a religion for hundreds of years. It was only when globalization started off, about 60 years ago, that non-Muslims learnt about the religion within Islam. And Muslims realized that they can be happy and get to a paradise by praying in any language and whenever they wanted. Not the posh and male-friendly Muslim paradise, but the Christian paradise, which didn't sound so bad either. That is when Muslim clerics came up with arguments that Christians didn't really know what they were doing, with 3 gods and all, and that didn't make sense. And their book had been manipulated by humans, and it did not contain any real modern science. And this was a genius marketing trick. Take the contents of your product, boost it artificially, making it look as though your ingredients were more valuable. Brilliant! Also, Islam's focus on a single God gave religion its meaning back as a truly monotheistic religion. While Christians argue about the true nature of the Holy Ghost and whether Jesus ascended spiritually or physically, Muslims propagate a single divine being, only arguing about the succession of the human prophet. But then, Well, after a while, people looking under the hood realized the nature of the scam and found that the central book, the Quran, hardly contained anything tangible. They saw that the claimed science was just a grain of something boosted into a planet. So when scholars had deflated the blown-up claims down to reality, some Muslims had a painful awakening. No truth, just marketing hype. These scholars then went about publicizing their finds and exposing the tricks used. But it would take another 20 years and the advent of the internet for this knowledge becoming widely available. And that is where we are today. And this is why I make these videos, to ask questions. To ask Muslims why they trust a convicted criminal, proven liar, and uneducated swindler more than the joint scientific community when it comes to accepting data, experiments, critical, logical, and rational thinking on the topic of evolution, which is described differently in your old book, without any evidence, let alone proof. The knowledge is there for everyone to access and educate themselves and take a decision. When I was 12, I chose to trust truth and follow the evidence, no matter how painful and hard that might be. Yes, I need to say I don't know when asked where life came from. I also miss the idea of not living forever with my dog and grandparents. But it's the truth. Anyone has the ability today to make up their minds and decide what is important for them. The glossy marketing designed carton or the stark reality of the contents. Thank you for your time.